Hello to Luna and welcome back to GallantClan. This is actually our second video of the series, but you really don't need to watch the first one to know what's going on. I was still figuring out all the rules, terminology, and roles, so the first video is really just filled with inconsistencies and confusion. You can just start the series on this video since I'll be going over the updated version of my royalty challenge along with a family tree of everyone in the clan. Firstly, let's go over the rules. Most of this will still be the same from the first video. Gallant Star is our leader and will be referred to as the king, while Lotus Fur is the deputy and will be referred to as the queen. Both are females and, like stated before, gender does not play a role in whether a cat is named king or queen. These terms are being strictly used for the purpose of addressing a cat's power. Gallant Star, being the king, holds the most power, while Lotus Fur is second in command, being the queen/deputy. Additionally, I will now be referring to the medicine cat as the bishop rather than the royal doctor, who is next in the hierarchy, below the queen and above the princes and princesses. So from now on, whenever I say bishop, it's the med cat. I decided to change this so that it would actually imply the role's connection to StarClan and how a medicine cat in the game communicates with and interprets messages from higher beings. This role isn't meant to be a direct representation of bishops in real life. Just think of it as the cat who is third in the hierarchy, heals cats, communicates with StarClan, and is the king and queen's most trusted advisor. As of now, Feathertooth is our bishop. Next in the hierarchy are the princes and princesses, who are the descendants of the king and queen. We originally had a prince and 3 princesses, but Swamp Thistle died after being trapped on a patrol. Now there's just the princesses, who are Daisy Feather, who is first in line for the throne, Frigid Paw, who is second, and Big Freckle, who is third. This order is based on 2 factors: how soon their training is completed, and whether they are being trained to handle royal duties or for joining the royal guard. Since Daisy Feather completed her training in royalty fairly quickly, she gains priority. Big Freckle is after Frigid Paw because she was trained to join the royal guard despite finishing training before Frigid Paw. Of course, if Daisy Feather perishes, Frigid Paw would be next in line. Here's where it gets confusing. If Gallant Star dies but Lotus Fur the queen is still alive, she would become the queen mother. The new king would then be the prince or princess next in line, and their partner would be the new queen. The only way that the queen can become the king is if the king is dead, along with any of their children. But if the queen then dies as well, then the ruling member of the highest noble family becomes king. I want to once again mention that not all of these rules will follow what occurs in real life, as anything I've said that is inaccurate was done for the sake of being implemented as a challenge for Clan Gen, which operates by its own rules and roles. Now that I've cleared that up, let's move on to the highest noble family, Lycaneedle, who's the ruling member, and Hushbird, her partner, who is captain of the royal guard. As a captain, he then married Lycaneedle and thus rose in power, where he would otherwise be right below the lowest ranking noble family in the hierarchy. Had he not married into the noble family, he would not be considered royalty himself. He does, however, still serve the royals. The 2 of them had 4 children: Morning Kit, Haven Kit, Volcano Kit, and Elder Kit. These kits rank under their parents, but above any members of the royal guard apart from their captain, the father. Finally, we have the members of the royal guard, starting with Grey Whisker, who actually had her kits sometime before she passed. Now, I have some background information about her. The father of her kits had actually belonged to a different kingdom. If this information was revealed, they would have been brought down to the lowest level of the hierarchy, since having children with someone from another kingdom is considered betrayal and an act of treachery. The one and only time this rule doesn't apply is if a royal is offered to marry another royal from another kingdom in order to create an alliance. Grey Whisker, as stated before, is just a member of the royal guard, so this of course is not the case. In order to cover up her kid's true identity, she convinced another member of the guard, Charfoot, to pretend to be the father. Their kits are Turtlepaw and Cranepaw. There's Shimmerpaw, who's training under Feathertooth to be a priest, and Nettlekit, who passed before becoming a trainee of the royal guard like Turtlepaw and Cranepaw. I'd also like to mention that every cat apart from the royals who are being trained for handling royal duties join the guard for the sake of building a security for the royal families. However, any cat who is not currently a royal can marry into their families or can start up a new noble family with their partner if they prove themselves to the kingdom. The last of the royal guard I have to talk about are Charfoot, who, as mentioned previously, is regarded as the father of Grey Whisker's kits, and Lake Speckle, who seems to be the only cat thus far that doesn't have any connections, romantic or familial. Whew, okay, that was a lot, but I felt I needed to cover all of the changes made so everything can be fully understood. So here is the final drawing of our current family tree, going up to the 20th moon. And here are all of the current rules I have for this challenge, which you can pause to read if you absorb information better that way. I know for sure that I'm not an auditory learner, and I'm sure others of you feel the same way. Alright, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now we can finally get into our actual game. So, I had actually seen a comment on the first video for GallantClan, which was by Rising Eclipse Zero, who mentioned you can actually go to the profiles, or I guess the history of each cat, and write something in here, just to keep better track of the roles of each cat and how I'm going to be referring to them. Of course, this is our leader, who will now on be strictly referred to as the king. So I have this right here. Gallant Star is the king of GallantClan, right? So I can, if you didn't know this, by the way, there's this little check mark after you click on the second tab of the history tab. Clicking that, and it allows you to edit the text. Clicking it again saves it. So I believe I wrote something for every cat here. See, Lotus Fur is the queen of GallantClan. There's quite a bit here. I actually want to go over this really quick because it provides more context as to how Shimmerpaw, one of Grey Whisker's kits, became a priest or an apprentice of the bishop. You know, it says medicine cat here, but from now on we will be strictly referring to the medicine cat as the bishop, and any other medicine cats or medicine cat apprentices as the priest. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this here. Feathertooth is the bishop of GallantClan. After a hawk tried and failed to take away Shimmerpaw when they were a kit, Feathertooth declared this as an omen from StarClan. He interpreted this to mean that the hawk was a messenger carrying Shimmerpaw into the sky to be closer to StarClan than any other cat before. Therefore, Shimmerpaw had a connection, fulfilling one of the requirements needed to become a priest. While some have questioned this interpretation, the king supported Feathertooth, causing any remaining rumors to die down. So the reason I put this is that I have a rule where a medicine cat apprentice needs to either have a trait relating to anything to do with StarClan, maybe even Lower Keeper, anything like that, or if they have some sort of like dream, message, omen, anything like that connected to them, or if they receive it. I kind of built off of an event that happened, that this was actually something that happened in the game, where Shimmerpaw as a kit was carried away by a hawk but was saved and didn't end up dying from the event. So I decided to turn that into a sort of weirdly constructed omen so that Feathertooth could have an apprentice or a priest working under them. So there's that. I also have Shimmerpaw here, who is a priest working under our bishop Feathertooth. So Shimmerpaw is one of the kits of Grey Whisker, with their father being self-proclaimed as Charfoot. Of course, I mentioned earlier that Charfoot is not their father by blood, but the only cats who know this are Charfoot and Grey Whisker. No one else knows that Charfoot isn't actually the father. We have Lycaneedle, who is the ruling member of the top noble family. As of now, we only have one noble family. We'll see if maybe this video we get another noble family. If you're a bit confused as to what I meant by a cat having to prove themselves to create their own noble family, essentially it's kind of like a situation where, for example, maybe a cat, maybe they take part in a very important battle or war. They play a big part, and so honoring them, that cat therefore becomes important and therefore rises in power or in the hierarchy, allowing them to become so notable that they can then start their own noble family. So essentially that's what I meant by proving themselves to the kingdom. And then as you can see here, Lycaneedle is the Duchess of the highest noble family. Hushbird married into the royal family, so originally he was just the captain, he was not royalty, but marrying Lycaneedle, Hushbird is now a captain and part of that leading noble family. So he's actually a duke as well as being a captain, so lucky him, very special. We have Charfoot, who is the proclaimed father as Grey Whisker's kits. As I've mentioned several times, I don't think I need to keep mentioning it from this point on. I think I've made it very clear. Oh yeah, and then he is training Turtlepaw, who is going to also become part of the Royal Guard. We have Lake Speckle. Not really anything on him yet, other than the fact that he took Cranepaw as his apprentice to join the Royal Guard. Daisy Feather. So Daisy Feather, as I mentioned, is going to be the king if Gallant Star dies. Unless she dies, then of course that would be passed on to Frigid Paw, who is next in line. But then we have Big Freckle, who is third in line and is one of the princesses or offspring of the king and queen. Frigid Paw is second in line. And then Turtle Paw, this is one of Grey Whisker's kits, along with Crane Paw. Both of them are working to join the Royal Guard. And then we have the litter for, the noble family, Like a Needle, Hushbird, which is Morning, Haven, Volcano, and Elder. And if you're wondering why I'm going all over this again, it's just so that it makes it easier for you guys to know who is who, rather than just relying on the little drawings and names that I made for them in the intro for the video, but just so you can make that connection with the sprites themselves. I know I could have reworked it a little bit easier, so I don't know, maybe I could have put the sprites with the drawings as well, but it would have just become too crowded, and this was just easier for me personally, but hopefully all of that made sense. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it. Maybe someone will die. Maybe we'll have new kits, new families, who knows? Let's find out and go to Moon 21. Okay, so I just realized that I think I forgot to go over the 3 other kingdoms that are in the territory, one of them being Amity Clan. And then the 2 other kingdoms, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot their names, but I do have an image file here that will help remind me. I think that was supposed to be for the intro, but whatever, I can just cover it now. There's GallantClan, who we are playing as now. There is Amity Clan, who is amiable. Strident Clan, who is cunning, and then Mystic Clan, who is wary, and then GallantClan is proud. Let's see, Hushbird's tail was badly injured by falling rocks. Seeing Hushbird is continuing his streak of bad luck, great. Frigid Paw's bruises have disappeared. Lotus Fur can hardly believe how quickly time has passed since Frigid Paw was a kit. It looks like Frigid Paw is getting their name. Frigid Petal. Oh, that's a really pretty name. They were honored for their wit. The queen was very misty-eyed with pride and joy, cheering for her daughter. That is very sweet. Shimmerpaw was walking on the ice when it cracked and they fell in. And they died? Well, there goes that storyline. I just introduced you guys to that whole backstory, and now Shimmerpaw is dead. Okay, that's fine. That's great, actually. We don't have any more priests. We just have our bishop. Wow. It took me a long time to try and finagle an omen out of that event, but whatever. It was all for nothing. Wait, that means that Grey Whisker only has 2 remaining kits, because there was a Nettle Kit and Shimmerpaw. So 2 out of 4 of Grey Whisker's cats are dead. That sucks. Alright, it's fine. We move on. I'm sorry, Grey Whisker. Do you have a status for that? Wants to send a message to Gallant Star. I don't know, maybe about, hey, stop letting my kids die. Please be a leader. Shoot. Okay, let's just do Gallant Star. If we're gonna send out Gallant Star, they need to be on a patrol with, oh, Hushbird's hurt. That's fine. We can just have some of the other Royal Guard members. Lake Speckle and Charfelt. Let's just make it a big patrol. Why not? Turtle Paw can come along with Lake Speckle's apprentice, Crane Paw. Random patrol type, why not? Have I seen this event? I'm not sure. It looks cute, though. Touring through the territory, Gallant Star spots a thrush and begins to quiz the apprentices on what the best strategy is for catching it. Turtlepaw rolls their eyes and asks why they can't just try catching it. Irritably, Gallant Star replies that they're welcome to try, and the bird spots Turtlepaw coming immediately, also spoiling Crane Paw's chances. Oof. Little bit of tension there. Maybe Turtlepaw knows better now not to do that. Maybe to be a little bit more careful. Let's do Daisy Feather going with her sister Big Freckle. And then we don't have any other cats here that are part of the Royal Guard, so we'll just have to send these cats and then go on to the next moon. Ooh, your patrol tracks the scent of a large dog wandering along the edge of the clan's territory. Let's see. Will Big Freckle Their patrol skills are observing, climbing, and advising, along with their traits being righteous and loyal. I don't know what that would mean. I think it's time for a random generator. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and say 1 is for proceeding, 2 is for do not proceed. So, random generator 1 or 2. All right. As always, the website automatically randomizes a number, but I never take the first number just because I don't know. That's just something I've always done. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. It was a 2. They did not proceed. Okay. Your patrol decides not to pursue such a dangerous creature, especially seeing as it hasn't crossed the border. Okay. Probably the smartest idea. Let's go ahead to the next moon. Oh, and Hushbird and Like a Needle broke up. I thought they were doing way better in the romance department than the king and queen. None of our couples are working out. That's great. Morning Paw has reached the age of 6 moons and is an apprentice with Frigid Petal as their mentor. I might need to change that around because Morning Paw isn't one of the cats that can be trained for royalty, so it doesn't really make sense that they would be an apprentice of a princess who is second in line for becoming king. So we'll just go ahead and change that really quick. Manage roles. Unless we could introduce a new role of, I don't know, maybe they would be a servant instead. I have been wanting to add more roles just so it's not like everyone's either part of the guard or a peasant, because that doesn't really make sense and it makes things less interesting. I might leave it then. Maybe Morning Paw wants to work with the royals. We could do that. I think we could do that, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and establish servant as a role then. Royal servant, okay. Just so I don't forget and make things more confusing for myself, I'm going to go ahead and change that right now. I hate that my nose is running so much right now. It sucks for recording. Morning Paw is training to become a royal servant under Frigid Paw. I know it doesn't make the most sense that Morning Paw is training to be a royal servant. They're being trained by someone who they're going to serve. Oh, Frigid Petal. But I would like to make it so that royals can train cats, not just for royal duties. Just so we have more roles going on. Okay. We'll stick it with that. If someone offers a better idea, I will definitely take it. This challenge is still in the works, and I'm always finding new rules or guidelines to incorporate, but I'm going to leave it like that for now. I don't think I finished reading the events. Let's see what's here. Haven Paw is touching noses with Gallant Star, so I guess Haven Paw is also training to be a royal servant. Fine by me. Haven Paw is training under Gallant Star to become a royal servant. Saved. Awesome. Let's see, what else? And then they immediately got their eyes scratched out. Are you injured then? I think I saw that you were injured. Ouch, damaged eyes. I'm sorry, Haven Paw. Let's go to Volcano Paw. Oh, there are so many servants. None of you want to be part of the Royal Guard? Okay. Okay, I guess I'll also put that down. Volcano Paw. Yep. And then if we get too many servants, I'll just randomly generate who decides to join the Royal Guard instead. So under Daisy Feather to become a royal servant. One more. It should be all of the cats. Elder Paw. Are we all servants? Maybe I'll need to think of one more role. Just we have 4 new servants. That's fine. Let's go to Elder Paw. Do that really quick. Elder Paw is training under Lotus Fur to be a royal servant. Okay, now we can move on and do patrols. Let's go ahead and... Well, Hushbird is still hurt, so let's do Lake Speckle with Crane Paw and some other cats, and then we can have Charfoot go on a separate patrol so we can have more patrols going on. So Lake, Crane, let's go ahead and put Frigid and her servants in training. Random patrol type. Okay, as they trudge through the snow, Lake Speckle spots a wolfpack. Have I seen this event before? Let's see. Round a kill in the distant valley below and calls the apprentices over. We have clever, fighting, climbing, along with childish, sneaky, righteous, and loving. With those traits, I think they would go for it. Ooh, okay. It's a good opportunity to observe dangerous predators. Crane Paw is surprised, and Morning Paw shocked to watch them play, taking turns chasing and running from each other in a way that reminds them of the games they play with other apprentices. Okay, cool. So no one got hurt. I wonder if there is like a different outcome that does lead to someone getting hurt, but we will not figure that out as of right now. Then we can do that other patrol, Charfoot, Turtlepaw, and then let's go ahead and take the Queen with Elderpaw. Okay, as the patrol walks through the snowy, wooded slopes, a loud chittering from above interrupts them. They get a shower of twigs and dead leaves to the face, while another exclaims aloud that they spot squirrels. Before anyone can speak, there's a loud crack from above. The cats scatter, bringing the squirrels down with it. The patrol thinks fast, and they pounce on the squirrels, and they got a bounty of fresh kill. Awesome. I totally forgot that Big Freckle is, part of the Royal Guard, so we can also have her take maybe Lichen Needle and Daisy Feather with Volcano Paw. Okay, Lichen Needle suggests this might be a good chance to practice new fighting techniques, and they had a good practice session. Awesome. And, oh right, and then the bishop can go ahead and get some herbs, maybe talk with StarClan. Let's see, they're looking for garlic, but they can't find it. That's too bad. It's okay. I think it's... yeah, it's Leaf Bear right now, so that's understandable. Okay, let's go. Gallant Star rests their muzzle on Crane Spot's head and declares them to be a full warrior. Ooh, okay, so Crane Paw has become Crane Spot. And then Elder Paw got a splinter. Oh, you're very, very pretty. Okay. Awesome. So, I think... do I need to update your history at all? Yes. Okay. So, Crane Spot, congratulations, was trained. I think after this, I won't edit any more of the profiles just because it's just me reading and typing, which isn't all that interesting. So any changes I'll just make after the recording because you guys don't really need to watch that. Let's see. Anything else? Actually, let me go look at their statuses real quick and then we can keep going. Ooh, Gallant Star's a bit ill. Lotus Fur wonders who will give them 9 lives. Well, slow down, Lotus Fur. Feathertooth is checking up on the warriors. Lichen Needle is eavesdropping on Morning Paw. Hushbird is trying to set a good example for younger cats. Charfoot is wondering if they're good enough. Like, as a royal guard or as a father? I feel like it'd be more in character if he was, like, wondering that as a dad since their mom is gone and he really isn't, like, the blood father of these cats. The blood father, that's a term. So maybe he's feeling some insecurities about that, but they are your kids now. Lake Speckle saw a 2-leg kit playing with a kitty pet. Daisy Feather wants to compliment Lichen Needle's fighting techniques. Big Freckle wants to compliment Charfoot's fighting techniques. Let's see, wonders if StarClan has given Feathertooth any prophecies lately. Crane Spot wants to compliment Big Freckle's fighting techniques. We're all just really good at fighting, aren't we? Turtle wants to give advice to Volcano. Morning is feeling disappointed after a missed catch. Havenpaw is feeling underappreciated. I'm sorry, honey. Volcano Paw is feeling content. And Elder Paw is playing a prank on Frigid. I don't know if that's a good idea. That's royalty, but we'll see how that goes between you guys. Maybe she'll get the joke. Let's go ahead and do Charfoot with Turtle Paw. Hopefully you graduate with your warrior name soon with the queen. And let's go ahead and also add Lichen Needle. Okay. Lotus Fur wants to practice more fighting techniques, and they had another good practice session. Very nice. Let's do another patrol with Big Freckle, Gallant Star, and Daisy Feather. And Frigid Paw, why not? Okay. Big Freckle admits that they think they had a vision from StarClan. And they talk whether it was a real vision as they train. Interesting. So Crane Spot, yeah, Crane Spot, you're part of the Royal Guard, so we will have you and Lake Speckle take the rest of the apprentices since their mentors are not available, and I forgot to send them on patrol. Okay, there's a disagreement, and Lake Speckle needs to settle the dispute, and they managed to skillfully smooth over any disagreement. Well done, Lake Speckle. And Feathertooth can just go. Let's see, they're trying to find Burdock, and they can't find the Burdock. That's fine, it's still Leaf Bear. Pausing for a second, sorry. Hushbird recovered from their mangled tail, and Turtle Paw has become a warrior. They are Turtle Chirp and are celebrated for their reliability. Turtle Chirp is such a strange but cute name. Let's see, Elder Paw Smallcut has healed, and then when they were trying to fluff up their nest, they saw a thorn, but they did not fall for it. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to send these patrols, and then I'm going to quickly check if there's any new developments in relationships. So, Hushbird, go with your wife, spend some time. Maybe you guys will get back together. Let's have you guys with the Queen and Elderpaw. Okay. Elderpaw admits that they think they had a vision, and then they're trying to see if it was a real vision. Is everyone getting visions except the bishop? What's going on? Morning Paw with Frigid Petal, Turtle Chirp, and Lake Speckle. Okay. They hear a rock fall, and ooh! Frigid Petal got a mangled tail. They were face to face with an angry fox. They backpedaled rapidly, but the fox still managed to take a bite out of them. Lake Speckle, you were supposed to protect royalty. What happened there? Charfoot. Volcano with Daisy. Let's go. Another training session. And the cliff seems unscalable in Volcano Paw's eyes. Unfortunate. Let's do Gallant Star, Big, and Crane. And then the bishop can go on his own again. So Feathertooth, try and find some herbs this time. They found thyme and goldenrod. Very nice. Awesome. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, right now, the king and queen are divorced. Like, Lotus Fur is still our queen, but a bit of a complicated relationship. No romantic like, but no dislike either. That's so strange, because usually, I thought that even after cats broke up, they still had some romantic like for each other. Jeez, okay. Let's see, Lotus Fur. You still have some romantic like for Gallant Star. Ooh, one-sided much. Let's see, Feathertooth. You you apparently have some romantic like for Hushbird. Let's see, Lichen Needle. Even though they're broken up, still has feelings for Hushbird. Did I see if Hushbird? Hushbird, right, has a crush on the queen. A little bit more so than his previous wife. They're still a noble family, though, but love is just not working out. Let's see, Charfoot. Never had any romantic like for Grey Whisker, but had a lot of respect for her, which is probably why he decided to follow through with the plan. Pretending to be the dad for Grey Whisker. Nothing here. Lake Speckle. Has some romantic like for Daisy Feather. Interesting. Okay. Daisy Feather has romantic like for Lake Speckle. Once again. Interesting. Let's see. Big Freckle. Nothing here. Frigid Petal. Some dislike for the bishop. And for, some dislike for your sister who is first in line while you are second. And a little bit of dislike for the king. That's a little juicy. Frigid Petal, are you perhaps looking to become king instead of your sister? Ooh. Frigid because she's cold as ice. uh, let's see. Crane Spot. Not much here. A little bit of dislike for Turtle Chirp and Big Freckle and Gallant Star and the Bishop. Jesus. And Elder Paw. Why? And Charfoot. Oh my gosh. Turtle Chirp. Some dislike. Why does everyone dislike Elder Paw? And you don't like your father. Why? Okay. Did he do something to you? Morning Paw. Haven Paw. Volcano and Elder Paw. Alright. And Elder Paw caught the biggest mouse ever. Okay, let's continue then and see if any more relationships start to develop. Or not. I guess the captain will just get a stomach ache. See, Hushbird just... everything bad happens to him, and I don't know what's going on. Oof. Okay. Let's go ahead and Hushbird with his divorced wife. Maybe they'll make up. Maybe they will. Daisy Feather with Volcano Paw. Let's do that. There's an old badger set. And they try to find enough rubble to barricade the opening, but the area is pretty bare. Now they're tired and thirsty with nothing to show for their work. Let's do Big Freckle. Lotus Fur, Elder Paw, Charfoot. Okay. Let's see. Charfoot thinks they might have had a vision. And once again, talking about whether it was a real vision. All of these could have just been dreams, but who knows? Lake Speckle, Gallant Star, and Morning Paw, Crane Spot, and Turtle Chirp. We haven't really had any border patrol, so let's do that. Okay, there's a fat rabbit, and Turtle Chirp is considering getting it. What are your traits? Oh shoot, what is Turtle Chirp's? I mean, I'm seeing childish, loving, sneaky, faithful, along with clever, observing, hunting, fighting, climbing, speaking. I'm gonna go ahead and say they would proceed. Ooh, but Crane Spot pulls them back and they see a group of GallantClan cats that have just come into view, but the patrol did not notice. So, no relationships with GallantClan have been altered. And then we'll just send the bishop again. Any moss? They did get moss. Very nice. Okay. Let's keep going. Hushbird no longer has a stomach ache, but more interesting, Lotus Fur announced they're expecting kits. Who? With who? I have a feeling it's not with Gallant Star. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. Patrol time! Hushbird, like a needle. Let's do that with the Queen, Elder, and Turtle Chirp. Border. There's a large dog. Hushbird tries to protect their clanmates, but it gets in the way of the attack without everyone committed to driving the dog off. They fell back, but they do so in good order, so no one got hurt. Daisy Feather. Let's put Daisy Feather and Lake Speckle and see if anything happens between them. Ooh. A cat begging for their housefolk to come back, just barely legible over the sound of a monster speeding away. Observing, climbing, clever, righteous, and childish. I would say yeah. And a kitty pet named Marathon has joined. Who names their cat Marathon? Oh, but they have like one of my favorite accessories in the game. That's fine. And you have a deep StarClan bond. I was just gonna mark you as a peasant, but that's something I'm gonna have to keep an eye on. A kitty pet with a deep StarClan bond. A prophecy cat? I'm still a little bit off put by the name Marathon, but maybe I'll get used to it. Okay. Let's keep going with the patrols. Big Freckle, Charfoot, Gallant, and let's actually send the other apprentices with Crane Spot. Okay. Ooh, there is a gang of rogues. These aren't the most, I don't know, aggressive, confident skills for an event like this. I'm gonna go ahead and use the generator for this again, because I'm not sure. I feel like Gallant Star would have a lot of pride in not backing down, but again, this is the king, and it is Big Freckle and Charfoot's responsibility to protect the king. Let's roll it. 1 for proceed and 2 for do not proceed. It's 2. Okay, so they do not proceed. They decide that falling back is the best idea. They turn tail and run away. Let's do Crane Spot, Morning Paw, and Volcano Paw. Let's see, Morning Paw is telling a story to keep everyone entertained, but the terrain is too rough, and they end up petering out, not able to tell the story. Let's send Feathertooth, and Burdock and Ragwort were gathered. Awesome. Okay, next moon. Lotus Fur thinks they'll have a small litter. Hushbird brought a kitten to the camp and then got heat exhaustion. Frigid Petal's tail has healed, but it looks like they got scarred. Feathertooth drips the juice of the herbs into Havenpaw's damaged eyes. So we're not quite sure yet if the healing will do anything. Elder Cry. So Elderpaw has become Elder Cry, honoring their intensity. And that's appropriate. They overexerted themselves, feeling extremely sore because they are very intense. Okay, let's see. This lightning kit was the one brought in by Hushbird, who is half clan. Hushbird refused to say anything about their origin. That's very interesting. Will it say anything in the family tree? Nope. Just that Hushbird adopted Lightning Kit. Ooh. And Hushbird yearns to fight. Okay, I think maybe next moon we'll see Lotus Fur's kits. Let's do a patrol. Let's see. Charfoot. Yeah, Turtle with Morning and Frigid. Let's see what happens. A training session. They decide to focus on how best to leap up a rocky cliff, but it seems unscalable to Morning Paw. Let's do Lake Speckle and Daisy Feather. They catch the scent of a red fox. Tracking it, they find an animal feeding on a mountain goat kid carcass. Clever and observing with Lake Speckle wanting to protect Daisy Feather. I'm going to say they do not proceed. Lichen Needle with Big Freckle. Gallant Star. Let's do a big patrol this time. Random patrol type. Let's do a border patrol. Okay. On their way to mark the far corners of their mountain, Crane Spot starts telling a story of their ancestors to keep every cat entertained. Keeps their minds off their sore pods. Their sore pads. Okay, and then let's send Feathertooth. They wander off into the territory, keeping an eye out for the purple flowers that Bethany grows. And they were successful, along with getting Goldenrod. Awesome. Okay. Next moon should be when Lotus Fur has her kits. 3 new kits. Hushbird looks nervous and awkward in the nursery, but Lotus Fur calls them forward to meet the litter. I think we know who the father is. Sometimes it doesn't reveal who the father is, but I think we just found out. Hushbird and Lotus Fur had, I don't know know if you could call it an affair since both of them are divorced from their spouses, but that is a really interesting development. Okay, so we... Oh my gosh, we have Primrose, Comfrey, and Falling. I never figured out how to pronounce that, so let me just look it up real quick, and so I'm not fumbling throughout this recording. Comfrey. It's a plant. How do you pronounce it? Please. Pronunciation. And then I'll move on from that. Comfrey. Okay. Comfrey kit, Falling kit, Primrose kit. And then Feathered Tooth got an accessory. We love accessories. Very cute. Again, what a very interesting development. Volcano Paw really needs to graduate, so we'll go ahead and... Oh, never mind. I read that wrong. Volcano Claw. Did I skip that? Charfoot. Oh my god. Charfoot was pushed off a cliff onto the sharp rocks at the bottom. So did you die? Daisy Feather was seen speaking calmly to a cat from Strident Clan, maybe an alliance. Morning Paw has become Morning Billow, honored for their devotion. Volcano Paw. Okay, here we go. Volcano Paw becomes Volcano Claw after their kindness. Elder Cry is no longer sore. Marathon died of green cough. Okay, there goes a potential prophecy cat. And apparently Lichen Needle hated Charfoot. Did you kill Charfoot? So Charfoot did die. We just lost 2 cats. I mean, I liked Marathon. Jeez. Okay, a lot of new developments. We haven't even played for that long. Jesus. Daisy Feather, Lake Speckle, go. There's an eagle. And then they are looking at the fish that the eagle caught. The patrol dives into the water, keen to make a play to steal the fish, but even though its talons are occupied, keeping grip on its prey, they're driven aback, giving up on the idea of scavenging, so they did not get any fresh kill from that. Let's do Big Freckle, going with Lichen Needle, Gallant Star. Okay, let's go. There's a small dog. Oh, I clicked that without thinking. That's my bad. But it looks like no one got hurt. Let's do Turtle Chirp, Crane Spot, Frigid Petal, and then these guys can just rest for the moon. Turtle Chirp once again spots a rabbit. Usually I look at the skills and traits, but I feel like Turtle Chirp would have recognized that maybe crossing a border now is not the best idea. Or antagonize. I do see fighting sneaky and righteous. I'm gonna go ahead and generate 1 to 3. Keep it interesting, keep it random. Roll. It's a 1, they proceed once again. Turtle Chirp did not learn their lesson. And then Crane Spot pulled them by the scruff again. Wow. History replays itself, okay. And then Feathertooth can go herb gathering. They got Blackberry and Raspberry. What do Blackberry and Raspberry do? I'll look that up after I'm done recording. Okay. Gallant Star has gotten heat stroke. Hushbird managed to recover from heat exhaustion. Lichen Needle has gotten fleas. Ooh, Lichen Needle fought a big dog but was badly injured. A rogue brings their kit named Rock. Rock. I think that's worse than Crag. Stating they can no longer care for them. The infection in Havenpaw's wound has abated, and Havenpaw's eyes have healed. Let's take a look at this new cat. Rock Kit. I kind of wished their name stayed as Rock, because that'd just be funny, but whatever. You are a kitten, and in 2 moons, you're going to be an apprentice. Okay. Lightning Kit has grown up a little bit. Hushbird suddenly has, like, a lot of cats. A lot of children. Primrose All of these cats look super cute. I love how comfy Kit is looking. That is so pretty. Please don't die. I have so many pretty cats die in my games. And then Falling Kit is also very cute. Jesus. I might not play all the way up to an hour considering just how much has happened. And I don't want to overwhelm myself with drawing too much because I focus my drawings and speed paints on Whisper Clan because that's my main priority, but I might just do a couple moons, check on the relationships, and then be done. So we can just do a couple more patrols. Big Freckle, Frigid Petal, Elder Cry, Turtle Chirp, and Haven Paw, because you need to graduate. Your patrol has a disagreement. Big Freckle needs to settle the disputes, and Big Freckle talks everyone down, encouraging the patrol to focus on their work collecting nesting material. Very nice. Lake Speckle and Daisy Feather once again. They find a wounded cat. I see clever, observing, and climbing for the skills. Traits are childish and righteous. I'm going to say they proceed. Oh, and the cat was okay. Their name is Fennel Spot. Okay, let's do Hushbird with Crane Spot, Morning Billow, Volcano Claw. Ooh, spooky. The patrol quickly devolves into ghost stories, leaving everyone on edge. Despite the tense mood, the patrol is successful, and as the afternoon wears on, the cats relax with each other. Very nice. Let's have Feathertooth. I'm wondering if Feathertooth will pick up a new apprentice soon as priest. I don't know, we'll have to see. And then they got Lungwort. Okay. Where is the new cat? Fennel Spot. Very cute. You are formerly a loner. What's your history? Fennel Spot used to be a loner, but joined the clan after something terrible made them leave their old home behind. They are righteous and a great mediator. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. Gallant Star is no longer suffering from heat stroke. Morning Billow got a splinter. Haven Paw's gotten green cough. Volcano Claw has confessed their feelings to Big Freckle. And then Volcano Claw was seen speaking calmly to a cat from Strident Clan, and then got white cough, and then Falling Kit was scolded after sneaking out of the camp. Really? Let me take a look here. I didn't even realize they had feelings for each other. Big Freckle, 22 moons. Should be okay, I guess. I'd have to check their history, but I'll just leave it for now. Okay. Big Freckle and Volcano Claw are now a thing. Cool. Let's do Lake Speckle and Daisy Feather. I just like seeing relationships happen. There's a squirrel. They're on a hunting patrol. Daisy Feather is able to get the prey. Awesome. Really putting her back into it. Let's see. Hushbird, Big Freckle, Morning Billow, Turtle Chirp, Gallant Star. Morning Billow spies a fat rabbit. I'm gonna say do not proceed. And then we'll do Frigid Petal, Crane Spot, and Elder Cry. Elder Cry starts telling a story of their ancestors, and once again, the story peters out as they are breathless and panting. Let's do Feathertooth. Get some herbs. Awesome. Betony and Goldenrod. Yeah, things have been going way better since Leaf Bear ended, so that's nice. Ooh, Gallant Star lost a life after falling into a river. Lotus Fur has healed from the strain of delivering their litter. Hushbird has gotten white cough. There is an infection growing in Lichen Needle's broken bone. Morning Billow's small cut is no longer bothering them. Feathertooth stands before the clan and announces that they won't be there forever. And they took on an apprentice, Rock Kit, who is now Rock Paw. I was just talking about them getting an apprentice. Aw. And then Rockpaw was given Jay feathers as a congratulations. Havenpaw watches from the side with a jealous glint in their eyes. Why is that, Havenpaw? Is it because you still haven't graduated? I do see they're dreaming of someday to make their clan proud, so I guess they're jealous of a cat much younger than them, much newer to the clan, being treated as special. Well, work a bit harder and then you'll get there. You'll get your name. So now we have, ooh, pretty Jay feathers, Rockpaw. Awesome. We have a new priest in training. Let's go ahead and do some patrols. Let's switch it up and let's start with Feathertooth with Rockpaw. Let's see, they're getting cobwebs and they were successful. Let's do Lotus Fur with Morning Billow, Frigid Petal, and Big Freckle. There's a school of fish. Lotus Fur was leading and it was successful. Awesome. 1 second. My nose is running like crazy and it's driving me insane. Doesn't help that the closet I'm recording in is so warm. Definitely gonna end this soon. Lake Speckle with Daisy Feather, Crane Spot, Turtle Chirp. Let's just do everyone else. There's a large rat. Nothing interesting. They did not catch the rat. Let's do one more moon, and then I'll finish the patrols for this moon next video. Okay, Feathertooth is visiting with the other bishops. Lichen Needle died from her wound. So I guess that means that Hushbird is now the ruling member of the highest noble family. Jeez. We've had a lot of changes in the hierarchy. Okay. Lightning Kit woke up with a headache. Comfrey Kit fell into the river but is saved by the king. And wow, Lichen Needle is dead. That's crazy. I think that's the most, like, I don't want to say important, but, like, the highest, like, leveled cat we've seen who has died. Hushbird is ruling member. Yeah, okay. Jeez. I guess I'll just check our relationships and then I'll go ahead and end this. Does the king have any feelings for anyone? Absolutely not, okay. Lotus Fur, you apparently have romantic-like enough with Hushbird to have kits with him, but you have more romantic-like for GallantStar. Are you trying to make the king jealous? What's going on here? You also have a bit of romantic-like for Feathertooth, who likes the queen a little bit, as well as Hushbird. Wow, okay. Rockpaw just got here, so not many relationships. Hushbird, a bit of romantic like for his now passed on ex-wife. Lots of romantic like for Lotus Fur. Wowie, okay. Anything else here? Fennel Spot is also new. Lake Speckle. Still a small amount of romantic like for Daisy Feather. Daisy Feather. Romantic like for Lake Speckle, of course. Nothing else. Big Freckle. I forgot is mates with Volcano Claw. What else? Frigid Petal. Any romance here? Nope. Crane Spot. Same thing. Turtle Chirp. Same thing, but a little bit of dislike for Lake, Frigid, Hushbird, and Morning, and Volcano. Elder. Anything here? Some romantic like for Lake Speckle. Interesting. Okay, Morning Billow. A bit of romantic like for Big Freckle. Okay. Volcano Claw loves his wife dearly. And then Havenpaw. Nothing much. Lightning Kit just really loves his new dad. Her new dad. Oh, female. My bad. She loves her new dad. Okay. Yeah. There was way more that happened than I thought there would be, especially since this was a shorter session than last time. But wow, that was a lot. I think right now my favorite is either Big Freckle or Comfrey Kit, just because they look really pretty. But yeah, I guess my favorite is Big Freckle. It used to be Grey Whisker, but she died. So it's Big Freckle now. Frigid Petal is also really interesting. I don't really have anything else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I will edit and post this as soon as I can. All right, that's all from me, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Bye.